going to show you how to turn this into this. This is a skein, which a lot of yarn comes in because it's easier for the supplier to prep, faster for them to, and easier for them to ship when it's long and flat. But it's really hard to use this way because once you start pulling on the yarn, it just turns into a great big tangled mess. So you want to turn this into a nice little ball so that you can actually use it, because you can just pull pieces off, wind it back up, and store it a lot easier than this. So there are a few ways that you can turn a skein into a ball of yarn. One of them is by using a swift and a ball winder, which you can get for pretty inexpensively on Amazon or craft stores. But if you don't have one of those yet and you just really want to get started already, then here is how I used to turn these into balls. For years I didn't have a ball winder or a swift, and I made it work. First thing you're going to do is find the end where the two ends are slipped around each other, which is right here. This part is the fold and these are the ends. So you're going to pull this end off, it's looped around, and then you have a long twisted piece like this. Now if you go to that folded end again and find the center and start pulling it apart, soon you will have a ring of yarn like this. Sometimes, especially with bigger skeins of yarn, you might have some pieces of yarn wrapped around them in 2 or 3 places. So if you do have those, just take your scissors and clip them off. Then you can wrap this around a friend's hand. If they're willing to stand there with you while you're winding it into a ball, they can just hold their hands like this. You can also maybe wrap it around a chair, or if you are all alone, you can sit down, make sure your feet are clean, and put this around your feet. Whatever you need to do to hold the ring open so that you can start unwinding all the little strands of yarn. Then you'll need to find the tail. There are 2 tails, obviously, one to begin and one to end. So find the one that is on the outside of your ring so that you can start winding into a ball. If you're alone, like stuck in the desert, and you don't have any friends or any tools to help you, and you don't want to use your feet, this is what you can do. You take your ring and you just lay it on the wrist of your left arm if you are right-handed, and then you will take your end and pinch it between your pointer and your thumb on your left hand. Then you'll take your right hand and use this hand to start winding it around your fingers. And when you get to the point that the yarn is going to be wrapped around your arm, you lift it up and pull it over your fingers and continue. It's easiest to do this standing up, because if it's just hanging loose, it's easier to pull the yarn off. But we're gonna make it work. So wrap it around your fingers, up and around, and keep wrapping. Once you get a nice little bundle, you're going to slip it off of your fingers and start wrapping it this way. Then what I like to do is take these 2 butterfly wings and fold them down like that. You create a little ball. Then all you're going to do is wrap all the way around the ball in different directions. Continue taking pieces off of your ring from your hand. Turn the ball every once in a while. Make the ball as symmetrical as possible. And finally, you'll have just the tail left to just wind around. And there you go. Now you have a ball of yarn.